Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to my review of tonight's edition of Smackdown. And before I start the review, just want to announce sad news in the wrestling world today. A lot of you probably might know the superstar. His name was Matt and Nai, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, but a lot of people knew him as, his character name in WWE called Rosie. He passed away today. Passed away of heart failure. Of course, he's the brother to Roman Reigns. His cousin was Umaga. They came. I remember when they came to WWE, when he came to WWE with Umaga back in 2002. And they were known as 3-minute warning. When they were called up to the Raw roster, they were the enforcers to Erick Bischoff. And the whole segment where it was on SmackDown, and Billy and Chuck were having, the characters, superstars Billy and Chuck were having their wedding, their gay wedding thing. And Erick Bischoff was the the priest, and then they just came from behind Rosie and Umaga, which Umaga's name back then was of course Jamal, his WWE ring name. Before it was Umaga, because it was Jamal and Rosie, known as 3-minute warning, and they just came and just took out Billy and Chuck. A very famous segment from SmackDown in I think '03. And then, when a year later, when Umaga was released, in 2003, Rosie, was discovered by, the Hurricane, who is Gregory Helms, and, they formed a tag team known as Rosie and the Hurricane. They were a great tag team. They went on, after 2 years, they went on to win the World Tag Team Championships, which they made good World Tag Team champions. Really enjoyed that, that time, And then Rosie was released in 2006. So, but really ashamed that he passed away today. Like I said, he died from heart failure. He was only 47, really young, my opinion, though. But yeah, condolences go out to his family. And when SmackDown, opened tonight, it opened with a tribute. How they have the, the card on there, saying, his name, and then, from the year he was born to the year that he died. So. But yeah, condolences go out to his family. So, yeah, so anyways, moving on to the SmackDown review. I thought tonight's SmackDown, I thought it was a pretty shitty show, in my opinion. I thought it was a little boring. But we'll get to that. Get to the stuff that happened tonight. But the show opened with Charlotte coming out, saying how she arrived last week, and she was losing her patience because she's getting furious now that she hasn't been granted a SmackDown Women's Title match, and that eventually led to Naomi coming out, and Naomi was like, the SmackDown doesn't have kings or queens, they have champions. And Naomi says that she doesn't like Charlotte begging for, a title match. And after that, Naomi then, takes out Charlotte with a right arm. And eventually Shane McMahon comes out and announces Charlotte and Naomi will have a match tonight. And that, Shane goes to say that to Charlotte that she must earn her way to get to the SmackDown Women's title. And, Shane announces that if Charlotte wins tonight, she will be the #1 contender to face Naomi for the SmackDown Women's title next week on SmackDown. And then, after Shane leaves, Charlotte and Naomi just go at it, back and forth. So, yeah, it was okay. Nothing great or perfect, though. Then, after that, Natalya is in Shane's office complaining about Charlotte getting a #1 Contenders match for the title, and not her. And then eventually Carmella and James Ellsworth come in, and Carmella is also complaining about Charlotte, getting a #1 Contenders match for the title. And Tamina comes in, wants an opportunity. All three women superstars are bickering back and forth. And Natalya says that, she wants to discuss it with Tamina and Carmella. And so they end up leaving Shane's office. So, it was okay, though. It was just them bickering back and forth. Go figure. And the first match of the night was a #1 Contenders match for the WWE Championship. Whoever wins this match gets to face Randy Orton for the title at Backlash next month. And it was Dolph Ziggler versus Erick Rowan versus Jinder Mahal versus Mojo Rowley versus Luke Harper and Sami Zayn. Decent match. Really enjoyed it. Flowed okay-ish though, but kind of felt a little long though. But you had the superstars, kept on going in and out of the ring at times. Then it was down to Sami Zayn and Jinder Mahal. And then from out of nowhere, you had the Bollywood boys, hold Sami down. And then it was just Jinder Mahal pinned Sami. And now Jinder Mahal is now the #1 contender for the WWE Championship to face Randy Orton at Backlash next month. And I'm like, this Jinder Mahal facing Randy Orton. A jobber facing Randy Orton for the title. If you thought James Ellsworth getting, a title shot was bad, this was worse. And then, when he won the match, the crowd was just booing the hell out of him. Like we didn't want Jinder Mahal to be the #1 contender for the match. Why couldn't it be Dolph Ziggler or Sami Zayn or hell, even Mojo Rowley? He won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. But they go with Jinder Mahal out of all of them. Really? I'm calling it now. Backlash. Randy Orton's retained the title. No question about that. Because I read that they want to give Jinder Mahal a push, and I guess this is what is happening now. And God almighty, man. Then after the match, you had Jinder Mahal being interviewed, saying, how the people are booing him, and that he will be the WWE champion. Then Randy Orton ends up coming out, congratulating Jinder, and that the prize for him won't be the WWE title, and that he's earned that Jinder has earned an RKO from Orton. And Orton goes on to say that he's going to deal with Bray Wyatt and how he's going to burn down the House of Horrors. Eventually leads to Bray Wyatt cutting a promo saying that Orton will never walk out of the House of Horrors match. So it was a pretty cool promo though. But all in all, the #1 Contenders match was decent, but just Jinder Mahal winning, really, I can't believe it. I can't even believe it. A jobber winning. That's why I gotta say, ever since Jinder Mahal returned to the company, he's just been losing matches, becoming a jobber, and now he gets a title shot. Oh man. It's just fuck. Then after that, we had Renee interviewing AJ Styles about, either he's facing Kevin Owens or Jericho. Baron Corbin ends up cutting him off. He comes in and says, why is Styles being interviewed? Styles was saying that because he defeated Sami Zayn last week. That's why he's being interviewed. And he says that, after last week, when he beat Sami Zayn, he could do it again tonight. And so eventually it leads to AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin. So, short little backstage interview. Wasn't really nothing. Then Charlotte is backstage with Carmella, Natalya, and Tamina. She's walking there. She sees them. Natalya's welcoming Charlotte to SmackDown. It was just okay. And then Charlotte Flair. It was Charlotte versus Naomi for the number 1 contender for the SmackDown Women's title match. Charlotte Flair, if she wins, she gets to face Naomi next week for the SmackDown Women's title. It was a good match. Really enjoyed it. Just Charlotte, Naomi going as Charlotte. Taking out Naomi. And, in the end, Charlotte won the match with the natural selection. And now she's the number 1 contender for the SmackDown Women's title. She gets to face Naomi next week on SmackDown. So, it was a good match, though. But, it wasn't great or perfect, though. Then, you had... after the match, you had Charlotte backstage. All 3 of them, Carmella, Natalya, and Tamina are there again. And then just Charlotte walks off, and then she just does a woo. The woo! And then just walks off. So it was pretty much basically nothing. Next was Primo and Epico versus American Alpha. This match was boring. Just the crowd was so silent during this match. It was like, all you just heard was like the whole arena silence. Was in silence during the match. No cheers or no nothing. That's how you could tell the crowd didn't give a shit about this match. The crowd doesn't give a shit about Primo and Epico, though. But the crowd, I'm surprised because they were behind American Alpha. Most of the times, when American Alpha was competing. But it was a boring match. Primo and Epico got the win. I'm like, really? First Jinder Mahal, and now Primo and Epico get a win. What? I'm like, what the fuck? Same as Jinder Mahal. Primo and Epico, they return. Lose matches. Become jobbers. Now all of a sudden they're giving them wins. Oh my god. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. Then after that match, Ty Dillinger was being interviewed, about how the WWE Universe is behind him ever since he came to the SmackDown roster. And, they show a little video package of him, debuting at number 10 in this year's Royal Rumble. And, they show, his NXT matches when, he was down in NXT. So it was pretty cool. So, and then it was Kevin Owens versus a jobber. Another boring match. It was just a 1 minute. It was just a 1 minute match. Kevin Owens got the win with a pop-up powerbomb to that jobber. So, wasn't much, though. Then after the match, Kevin Owens gets on the mic and says as long as he's the United States champion, he will remain the face of America, and that Jericho is not going to take it away from him, or AJ Styles or anybody. And then, he just goes to the commentary table, sits there for commentary during the main event, which the main event is, of course, AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin. And this match was pretty good. It was very enjoyable. A lot of back and forth action from Styles and Corbin. I know they're trying to give Corbin a push, because they read somewhere that that WWE is trying to push Braun Strowman on Raw and Baron Corbin on SmackDown, so they're going to be the two heel superstars to receive pushes, big pushes. Well, we could see it. We could see it from Braun Strowman on Raw. So, but Kevin Owens was on commentary, like I said, throughout the match, and you had both Styles and Corbin going at it outside of the ring towards the end of the match. You had Baron Corbin throw Styles into Kevin Owens, and just Styles was took out Corbin, and AJ Styles won the match by countout. So, but yeah. So overall, it was a good match. Really entertaining from AJ Styles and Baron Corbin, and yeah, the countout. It was, though, but still, it was a good match, in my opinion. So yeah. So anyways, that's it for my review of tonight's edition of SmackDown. Thank you all for watching. And if you haven't seen the video that I uploaded earlier today, I reviewed the Hostess ring dings, ice cream. If you haven't checked out that video, go check it out. If you haven't seen it earlier today, so it was pretty good. Ice cream sandwich. Worth recommending, like I said in my review, if you haven't tried it. If you could find them out on the market, the ding dongs. So yeah. So anyways, that's it for my review of tonight's edition of SmackDown. Thank you all for watching, and until the next video, I'll see you all later. Bye.